Hello, this is a little addendum I'll be adding to the Distant Worlds 2 playthrough. As I explained in the playthrough, the reason why this playthrough was made was to show off the improvements that Distant Worlds 2 has made in both balance and other things. Immediately after finishing this playthrough, they released another massive patch, further improving balance, how AI works, game mechanics, all that jazz. But this game is definitely worth the money. If you get a chance and you're a fan of strategy, I highly recommend this game. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the playthrough. Hello, welcome to another playthrough of Distant Worlds 2. Again, it's a great game. There were some issues. They are currently... The reason why we're doing this second playthrough is because they patch on a consistent basis, and I wanted to show off the changes. There are a lot of subtle changes, to be fair, but they're continuing to patch the game and improving it and that sort of thing. So if you kind of took away my last playthrough and my review as, oh my god, this game sucks, I apologize. That's not what I was going for. It is a good game. But there were enough issues where it's like, well, maybe wait for it to go on sale, or, you know, maybe only if you're a hardcore. But because they keep patching it, because they keep improving it, and I want to show that off, I feel that, and again, a lot of it is subtle changes. They're not doing things like, aha, we are completely changing how this works. We are completely changing. It is literally just, alright, we're going to tweak how economy works this 1%. And tweak how the AI balances this thing by 2%. And it's just subtle little tweaks to get the economy running to the point where if you if you remember on our first playthrough, the one I did the review on, you essentially even... Maybe not if you were going for like a hardcore, I want this to be challenging. But to make the economy make sense, for things to be reasonably balanced, you had to, what I caught to, you had to, what's the word I want? Significantly cheat to fix the issues that were inherent in the game and you were fighting against that didn't need to be there. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm wording that incorrectly. But, you know, things like, oh, cool, you've got all this material and none of it is going anywhere. They have now fixed. Sort of thing. That, you know, now material gets where it needs to go. How economies are calculated are rebalanced. That, I believe when I did the first playthrough, half the treaties did not work. They were in the game, they just didn't work. So we are going to now cheat. We'll still cheat a little. But not as much as the first time. So, and again, I'm just showing off the game. I want to show off that they're improving the game. There's not a lot of games I would do this for. Stellaris I play enough. Let's face it, I've got like 2 dozen playthroughs of Stellaris. You can go back and see the first playthrough, compare it to the most recent playthrough. Distant Worlds 2, I think I will throw into the mix for now. Where if I have time to kill and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, I might just flip a coin, and if it's heads, it's Stellaris, if it's tails, it's Distant Worlds 2. There's some interesting things in this game. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. Again, we're going to keep things as default. I wish there was a randomized button here. This is class. I think last time we played Spiral. I don't want to do elliptical. I want to do rings. Even clusters, varied clusters, irregular. Except for the galaxy. Let's do classic. I don't think I've ever played classic. We still keep the nebula density very sparse. Again, they're still working on things, but they have patched enough. There is enough change that, you know what? Let's play the game again. Plus, I want to play the game again. Because... Oh! It actually shows you... Default 700. Do we go up to 1,000? Let's go up to 1,000 stars and see what that's like. Galaxy size stays the same. Next. Pre-warp. Tech level, pre-warp. Galaxy aggression normal. Difficulty normal. Research speed normal. Research visibility. Again, in my preview, I showed all projects. We're only gonna see next projects. Doing this allows empires to obtain new tech. I think we still keep this off. Again, the only difference... As far as I am aware, between this and this, is random is, oh, does this tech path have a dead end? If it does it go all the way to the dead end? That's what changes. It doesn't actually change the path. You can't, like, the way that I would read this is, oh, that means potentially you could research guns, level 1 guns, and that path then jumps to level 2 warp, and then jumps back to level 3 armor, you know, and that's not the way it works. So fixed research paths is fine. Only, do we allow tech trading? It would be kind of neat, but I believe, and I think this is still true, although it doesn't probably break the game as much, what does happen is everyone trades the tech to each other, so everyone ends up with, like, alright, everyone has the Octarian shields, the Frog Boy, gas, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep it off, just so unique tech stays unique. Normal. Average is fine. Pirates stay dead. I like having space creatures at many. Very many is too much, but many is just fine. For me. You may find it differently. Feel free to mess with things. Normal. 125% just to make the borders look nice. 300 meters has been fine. And we are playing the Teekans. These are small, furry, rodent-like races with 3 eyes. They see no value in washing regularly, and thus tend to... Oh, that's not... Rodents are some of the cleanest animals. They wash regularly. So we originally played as the Xenox. And they get... inherit psyops and that sort of thing. And people are like, well, they don't get... like, if you go to the Octarians, which is considered the strongest, because they get a... Oh, they changed this. I believe this was at one point or 15% to all research. It's now just 5. So they have been adjusted. But what the Xenox do, their bonus isn't listed here. But their homeworld always spawned with a 20% research bonus. Unless that has changed. But as far as I know, they all... So, that could have changed. So these guys are, because they get such a large research bonus. Humans are right behind, just because they'll settle anywhere. See, and they get a research bonus as well. The Teekans don't get a research bonus. What they get is trade and mining. And we're going to exploit that to the best of our ability. Oh. Speaking of which, miscellaneous. We are, like I said, a little cheating. Not as much cheating as before. There we go. Close that. But we are going to play the Teekans. Teekans are take special interest in hoarding all kinds of mechanical junk, disassembling and repairing items they collect. Teekans have very little technology that is truly original, but they can occasionally progress to the point of being spacefaring. Oops. Teekans are born traders, profitably selling their wares far and wide. They are also excellent miners, rapidly exploiting any natural resources they discover. Despite being fairly insular, they are very peaceful and make very loyal allies should you wish to befriend them. Teekans are semi-nomadic. While some live in permanent settlements, many prefer to live in temporary camps, periodically migrating to new locations. The nomadic Teekan tribes are obsessed with hunting the Bakdur. Bakdur? Also known as the Sand Slug. As the herds of Bakdurs migrate across the sandy deserts, the Teekan camps follow them. They prefer Mercantile Guild or Monarchy. But, where is it? Yeah, this minus, again, Republic. That 20 plus 20% corruption reduction is still so powerful that if you play as anything else, you are nerfing yourself so hard. Like, this minus 20% corruption completely negates the maintenance savings, the trade income, and the colony income. Plus the colony happiness. It's just not worth it. We're just gonna do Republic. Oh wait, hold on, wait, I didn't see that. What was that? Can manually control mining ships. Oh, that's not worth it at all. Right, our starting situation, normal, starting, free warp, random. We're fine there. Other empires. On victory conditions. On. I believe this is default. Default might be 70. We'll set it to 70. We might lose, but, you know, I'm just mainly showing off the game. Start date here. Oh, neat. Alright, we turn off the time limit. We keep the story events on. We keep the colony events on. We keep the victory threshold at 70%. After the specified number of years have passed in the game. I wish there was a default button. Why is default 10? Alright, that's off. Because I don't know what to set this for. Do I set it for 100? Do I set it for 20? Do I set it for 50? So we're gonna keep that off. Okay. Start game. And we're gonna let this tick. And the main goal is just to show, again, it's a lot of minor improvements. Loading, runtime, not crashing, tweaking the economy so it works better, tweaking the AI for the economy so that works better, tweaking combat AI so that works better, so on and so forth. It's not major things, but it's enough that it truly shows up. Like, if you remember my first playthrough, we had to cheat heavily to get to the point where we could just have a running economy by default. And you don't need to do that anymore. At least not as much. We are going to cheat a little. So I believe the first time in the ways I cheated were threefold. One, I made sure there was at least one of every resource, basic construction resource, in at least the first few star sectors so our starting home system and other home systems. And they were set to 100. I will still do that. The second thing I did was, anytime I found any resource, I would crank that to 100. We are not doing that anymore. If I settle a planet, and it has resources, I will crank those to 100. But otherwise, I will not mess with resources. And the third way that we cheated was that if the influence of our empire took enough space, then we would, and I think it is still in the game, I believe it is still in the game, where depending on the treaties you have, if your influence spreads enough, what ends up happening is the AI gets your stations if you don't have the right. So like if another empire, and we will be LTD Diggy Hole, so let's say we build a mining station, a research station, and a military outpost in a system, and another empire influence takes over that system. If we have no treaties, they just take those. If we have a mining treaty, then they take the science of the military. If we have a mining and a science, they take the mining. They won't take the mining on science. If we have a science, they take the, that sort of thing. So I think that is still in effect, but we will limit it to only core systems. So if it's at the outer edges, we leave it alone. But if it's 2 or 3 systems deep, and we take it, then we'll just take it just like they were, sort of thing. So our faction is known as LTD Diggy Hole. Our government is Republic. We are Teekan. Teekan have natural skills in mining rate, damage control, repair rate, trade income, and ship construction speed. Our leader is Jacques Lawrence, skilled in civilian ship maintenance savings and population growth. Our colony is a death, a sandy desert planet in the lower system. Nearby is the gas giant planet Alerthus 7. Silicon Moon. I cannot pronounce it, so let's get started. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in. And they have obviously fixed the zoom in. We are paused. Can I rename planets? I can. Alright. Arrakis! There we go. I forgot we could rename planets. In the ancient Teekan worldship ruins, we have made a curious discovery. We Teekans are born to wander. For generations we have traveled this world, hunting backdoor, always seeking what is new and unfamiliar, never staying in one place for long. Yet this world is finite, and our legends tell us of a time, centuries past, when we wandered the stars, taking for ourselves whatever we could find. These stories recount a time of great upheaval. When powerful hunters sought to destroy our ancestors. Rather than fight, they wisely chose to hide on this world. Here they survived, though at the cost of their accumulated wealth and the freedom to travel beyond the limitations of soil and gravity. Though remnants of ancient machines have been found on this world, we could not make them work, no matter how we took them apart and put them back together again. Long have we been trapped, our very nature denied us. Even worse, here we are vulnerable, should we be discovered by the ancient hunters who ravaged the galaxy long ago. True safety requires perpetual wonder. Yet we never gave up. We continued to tinker, continued to experiment. At long last, we have brought some of the old machinery back to life. Now, we can explore this system beyond this world. We can wander from planet to moon to asteroid, searching for what we can use for our own purpose. There will be new riches to uncover and make our own. We will never give up seeking the lost parts, the lost machines, the lost treasures. And someday soon, we will travel beyond the system and return to the stars. New sights and new riches await us. We have found technology that has advanced our world. Yep. Cool. Dismiss. So. Okay, we're still paused, so dismissed. So let's take a look at the research. So their weapons they start off with... Oh, wait! They changed it! Oh, wow! Okay. There must have been another patch. The last time I played this game, they started with tractor beams, ion weapons, and torpedo weapons. Now they're starting with beam weapons, ion weapons, tractor beams, and missile weapons. Interesting. Okay. They do have unique... See, that's weird to me. Because I believe they have unique torpedo weapons, but they like tractor beams. So we're going to try to crank up the tractor beams. Again, I don't know how useful the ion weapons are once you get out of your own system. So, as much as I am a fan of missile weapons, we've already done that. I kind of want to try torpedo weapons. Oh, but they suck versus shields. Okay. Bollocks. So we're going to avoid kinetic. I don't want to do beams either. The Xenox were beams. So maybe we try to do pulse weapons? You need a seeking weapon. And your choices are either torpedo weapons... or missile weapons. 1500. Slightly less range. Damage 25. Damage 10. What's the fire rates? Suck versus shield. 1 every 14 seconds. 1 every 32 seconds. Oh. So they fire... twice as fast? Three times as fast. So you can have 3 in the air for 1 missile. Yeah, let's try to do torpedo weapons. It's a little unusual. But we're looking at tractor beams and torpedo weapons as our main offensive weapons. Early warp-field experiments is fine. And then we need some defenses. I believe I usually jump ahead to research. It's still 10 years. But let's go ahead and pay for that. Do the basics. Oh. And then we'll go ahead... Oh, that's 27 years here. We'll cancel that. Is there any other basics we really need? Starship maneuvering. Early torpedo weapons. We do need good, accurate point defense. That's the thing. And the beam weapons have the best point defense. And we are going to need pulse weapons for that. So we'll let that sit. Basic, basic, basic. Oh, I think are we capped out? Nope, 13. I think that's all the basics. So we're good there. We must have... Pause. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, we definitely need to build a base. So we'll go ahead and trigger that. We have Wakaris in our system. That actually makes things interesting. Which means we might not have access to some resources. I am going to save in case I screw this up. Teekans stream 1. Here we go. Fascinating. We are going to take a look at funding levels. Since we are early game... Oh. We'll get rid of this. Crank this. And we'll do this for now. We are gonna need research. So this is... Can we get to... No. Alright. So it probably needs to calculate something. So 4060 is fine. Policy settings. I do call it automate Empire manually. How to migrate. Yeah. It's better to... Colonization needs to be manual. Colony population, that can be automated. Facilities, suggestions, funding levels, manual. Ship construction, manual. Crash research, manual. Everything else is suggestions. Troop recruitment and fleet formation is manual. Postures and management, automated. I think everything should be fine. Yeah, colonization manual. I think you want this at like 40. Colonies and tax rate, that can be all automated. Target approval. Oh, this is new. Hold on. Automated. Right, okay, so it's focusing on... Okay. When it's small, it focuses on growth. When it's large, it focuses on income. That is fine. Construction. This is part of the fun for me, but I can always set that to manual as needed. Yeah, automated is fine. Automated is fine. I don't mess with any of this. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's not a small amount. Diplomacy is fine. Yep, we're fine. Troops, that needs to be manual. Okay. I think everything is good. I like to have 20% of my ships on patrol, as it were. Yeah, I think we're good. Our leader. Ooh. So here's the thing. Until we research... planetary governance, which improves leader quality. So you know, the first time you build this on what planet, they stack. So if you've got 100 colonies, that is 1,000% increase to leader quality. Until we build a few colonies and build a few of these, I'm not sure it's worth it, unless the traits are incredibly bad. So colony corruption reduction -5, I can live with that. So we're gonna let that sit. Okay, return to game. what we are gonna do, again, is we're gonna cheat a little here. Just a little, not as much as the first game. Also, I think I figured out, if you remember in the first game, I mentioned how... excuse me. You could settle a mid to late game. You would settle a planet with, say, a different species, right? And what would happen, like, say we settle this colony late game with, I don't know, humans. And what would happen is, alright, the humans have settled. They're not going to here. But because it's late game, goes, oh, you should be at this point in the game on this colony. Here's a couple of billion. Just randomly. And it was always, it was species that would live there. I think I figured out what it was. It wasn't that it was just adding species. What I think happens is late game, so many people are trying to get off your starting colonies onto habitable planets. Right? So that if we late game build a colony here of, again, humans, it goes, alright, there's 80 billion people here. There's only 500,000 humans. Start moving the Teekans over. Right? But what happens is, the way it pulls them over, it just starts adding Teekans to the colony without lowering it from the colony they're leaving. So it goes, oh, there's 800 billion here, 500,000 Teekans, start moving the Teekans. And then it just gets stuck in that loop of, oh, there's 800 billion here, only 500,000, even though you have 2 billion Teekans, keep moving them over. And the number never goes down here, or whatever colonies they're pulling from to fill this colony. So, I think that's what does it. As it just starts going, oh, okay, so all of a sudden you'll settle a colony, and a day later you'll go back, and all of a sudden it went from 500,000 to 8 billion, and 7.5 billion will be Teekan, or whatever large, you know what I mean? I think that's the issue. It is amusing to me that we have already met the Wakaris. So it looks like we'll be snagging deep ocean planets. Game editor. So we need to look at resources. So we have Necro Stone. Okay, that is a construction resource. So we have one of those. See, this is a lot. Opal is a... what's the word I want? Luxury resource. So we leave that alone. But we have Emerald Crystal. So we have one of those. We have a second Necrostone. And we have Cassian Crystal. Which is only supposed to be on ocean planets. Huh. Weird. We have... that is a luxury. Luxury. Carbonite is not a luxury. Okay. Nothing here. Okay. Second carbonite. Steel. What, Mebnar. And Aculon. Okay. Okay, more Aculon. And Paprika. I'm saying these wrong. Oh well. And on the ocean world, Polymer and Cassian. This is a luxury resource. We leave it alone. Cassian crystal. So there's a second source of that. And polymer. Alright, there's silicon. Or silicone. Gas giant. Yep, that's... Well, gas giants... We only have 2. So this one will be pure Caslon at 100. This one will be a mix of Krypton and Argon at 100 apiece. So we've got those set. Titaros? Okay, we got one of those. Nothing here. This is a settled world. So I will crank this to 100. And because this is a settled world, this becomes 100 as well. Oh, and I guess I should record. This is our only source of Osalu. Okay. More silicon. So that's 2 silicon, I think. Okay. Luxury. All of these are luxuries, so we let that sit. Steel and Aculum. So 2 and 3. So we are missing. Oh no, we have. I know we have Argon. I know we have Caslon, and I know we have Krypton. We are mixing Hexodorum, which is on frozen ice worlds. Rocky ice, that works for me. So we're going to go ahead and add a resource of that here. Go at 100. We will make it a 5 discovery level. So now we have... Stop that. Now we have a source of that. And Beryllium quartz. Now, Beryllium quartz can only be found on sulfur volcanic worlds. But at the same time, Cassian crystal can only be found on ocean worlds. Oh, and this is technically settled, so we'll go ahead and 100 this. We won't change anything. Actually, we will add a... I don't know if this actually does anything, but I like just adding a 10% scenery bonus. Actually, you know what? Let's find out. On our home world, I will add a scenery bonus. Of 10% at 10. And it will be rolling... Oh, this sandy desert moon. Oh, painted deserts. I'll call that. Painted deserts is a thing. Okay, so we're good there. So we are only missing Beryllium quartz. This only has Necro stone. So what I will do is crank this to 100. Add Beryllium quartz here. No, crank that to 100. Put it at 10. And get rid of the Necro stone here. Okay. So now that means we have one of each. Okay, so we're gonna balance things out. Do we do 100? I think in our starting area, we will do 100 here. So we'll do that. And that. So now we only have a single source of Necros, which is fine. We have 2 sources of silicone and steel. Alright, so 100. 100. There's carbonite. We have 2 sources of that. Only 1 source of hexadorum. I don't mind shuffling things around. Right, because I put that there. I feel... Is there anything else to Tideros? Does Tideros have a lot with it? Alright, it's by itself. It's got the resources, so we'll leave that alone. The issue is, this is by itself. Mebnar. Rocky metallic asteroids. This has Rocky in it, so I'm going to move the Mebnar here. And we'll put that at 2. And delete it from here. We have 3 sources of Aculon, so I'm going to delete this one, and we'll keep this at 100. And 100. Excuse me, 100. There, so we're good there. So now we're down to 2. Alright. I don't want more than 3 of a given any amount of resources. Right. So there's and then we'll 100 this and 100 this. So we have at least 2 of everything. 100 this. How much steel do we have? We do have 2 steel. Okay, I was just curious. Oh, this has no resources. I will not add resources unless I need to. 100. These are all alloy, Aculon and steel. Did I do this right? That was incredibly easy. Hold on. Aculon and steel. So we're gonna delete these numbers and go through again. Actually, here, I'll just move to the side. So 1 and 1, and I know I have 1 source of Castellon, 1 source of Argon, and 1 source of Krypton. So we're good there. This is all luxury. There's a source of silicon. Let's see if this matches up. We have the Osalia. Krypton and Argon. Nothing there. Hyderos. There's our Castellon. There's some silicon. That's our second silicon. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. Cassian and polymer. Ah, so we'll be short polymer. Is there another source of polymer? Hold on. No. So there's one. We're gonna add a second source of polymer here. We'll go ahead and 100 that, and we'll put it at 5. Alright, yeah, so easy to find silicon there. Alright, so now we have 2 sources of polymer. Aculon. Ooh, wow, it's going to be a while to get to that Aculon. And I think we're good I feel like we should be fine. It's gonna be a while to get to that carbonite. There's carbonite there. Thought I had a second source of carbonite. I might have deleted it. So because it's going to be a while to get to that carbonite, I will add some carbonite here. Still have to look for it. No, not the fur. There. So we've got carbonite there. So I'm okay with that. Alright, so that should be good. I don't think we need to mess with any of the resources otherwise. I mean, silicon's gonna be easy to get to. We'll want to spread out, that's fine. I might mess with Castellon. I know they're still having issues with that, but they also significantly improved that. Okay. Alright, so I think that is what we're going for. Keep hitting M. So for now, we'll leave that alone. Diplomacy. Independent colonies. Okay, we can see them. So once this gets high enough, we'll try to get limited trade. That is fascinating. So what? I gotta remember what we're doing. I think we'll let the automation tick. We're rushing... Oh, right. Okay. After we do all the basics, we will want better nuclear fission. I feel like you have to rush sensors for scouts. Alright, and then we're done. And let's go ahead and speed things up. And we'll just let the automation kick in. Actually, before can I show off ship designs? That's fine. State ships. Upgrade. Can I show this off? No, not really. The Teekans have a unique design, and that a lot of their weapons are rear-facing. Which means to get the maximum bang for your buck, you need seeking weapons in the back. A lot of them. And, like, tractor beams and other weapons in the front. I can't show that off right now, so we're just gonna leave it alone. And now we wait. Is this crashed? No. So we're gonna pay to crash that immediately, which is going to eat into our income, and I understand that. And now we wait. Reminder, a lot of the early game is kind of just waiting around. Space station is building. Eventually. Uh-huh. And we're gonna need the basics first. So our priority, I believe, for resources will be steel. Does it show, like, it just shows money. It doesn't show, like, this takes Krypton. Seeing what resources are needed in here would be appreciated. You know what I mean? Knowing that because this uses a wave bomb and particle beams, we need Krypton. We need steel and carbonite, silicon, polymer. So steel, carbonite, polymers. I would even trade this out for Seeking Missile, which is necrostone and steel, and ion weapons, which is Emros and Caprica. So seeing that over here in some way, shape, or form would be appreciated. So we can sit there and go, alright, what are the resources we need? Like, so we can, because we changed out the weapons, we don't necessarily need as much necrostone as if we had wave bombs. You know what I mean? Well, particle beams use Krypton. I guess it doesn't matter right now. So if we go to state bases, alright, which honestly we should sit down. Manual upgrade. And when we get a chance, redesign this, because when you start out, it is not necessarily the best design. Okay. I think it is better to wait till this is done to start mining. I wish we had a ring of asteroids. Yep. Decline. Great. Well, let's hold on. Let's get that mining station going. Maybe we can build the mining station in time. There is nothing else close enough. So we're actually going to manually control this back to here for now. The scout ship. Because there's no point in setting it anywhere else, because by the time it gets there, it'll need to start coming back. To upgrade to skip drive. Like, the construction ship might get there in time to just about start building the mining station. So we're okay there. Yeah. Okay. Yep. We have no one to spy on, so it doesn't matter. How's our leader doing? Alright, still pretty good. Yeah, so he is going to start building the mining station before this finishes. So I'm okay with having him go there, build, and come back. Pause. Just out of curiosity. We're immediately going to upgrade this. SS, yeah, that's fine. Small spaceport, got it. It does have space. Okay, hold on. I don't think you need that many weapons. You have no defenses and a construction yard. Alright, let's slap down a second construction yard and a docking bay. Basic crew. Done. That does not leave a lot of room for weapons and defenses, which it will need. Oh, we don't have any defenses right now. Gotcha. Alright. 270, 270. Oh, no, that's interesting. Do we just go full ion field projector? Like that. 691. Well, 791 would be too much. We need the crew. We need everything else. Alright, let's do that. There's not much more we can cram in here till we get some upgrades. Like defenses is what you want to put on here. It's only a single construction yard. I prefer 2. But for now, we don't really have the space, so that's fine. Save and exit. Done. Now, will retrofit on its own, or should. So at some point we'll go, hey, we're gonna upgrade. I'll leave it to that to decide when it's gonna upgrade. Yep, see, there's the mining station. Pause. Oh, wait. Pause. Perfect. Dismiss. Pause. Ship designs. How? Never mind. So we go into space dock, upgrade. Doesn't need that. It will never need that much fuel. Starting out, 3 maybe. Doesn't need weapons. Has no defenses. Needs a hyperdrive. And another reactor. Done. Okay. Can we cram another engine on there? No. 2 is the limit. Again, and I'm gonna say this a lot, why give me 2 slots? 3 slots if I can only fit 2 on here? I think we do need to change the name of this, just so I know. Small construction ship. Version 2. Constructing. Sure. You know what? Let's throw 4 basic fuel cells in there. I'm okay with that. We will shrink that down. So that's a save and exit. And the exploration ship upgrade. Again, not going to need that much fuel, but what the hell. Skip drive. Another reactor. No missiles. Save and exit. Done. Play. And now, pause. Fully automate. Go ahead and retrofit that one. And now, we can start to do things like build our own ships. So, 1, 2. Yeah, I should have renamed that Small Surveyor or something. Oh, I forgot to hit build, didn't I? 2. Purchase. There we go. We'll just do 2 at a time. Up to 5 of each, and that should be good for now. And then they'll go out and start exploring. how much to crash this? Yeah, I'll pay that. We've got the money. Nice. Our first mining station. Climb that for now. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.